What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And today, we're talking about another customer that has had issues with Carvana, specifically being sold a crashed car, something that was probably salvage. And it's funny because more and more states that are digging in at their DMVs are finding that these cars are having washed titles. Let's discuss. Perfect. All right, guys, welcome on back to TK's Garage. We're going to get directly into it. So I got an email from a Joanne. And they hit me up about a 2019 Toyota Corolla with 67,000 miles. Damn. Now, you guys know, I drive a lot. But what this tells me is this car was probably a rental car, and it was probably damaged before Carvana got it, and that's probably why they bought it at auction. And they probably bought it at Odessa, the auction house that they just bought. So let's talk a little bit about this. So let me just give you the email that I got in from them specifically about their car. Hey TK, recently came across your channel regarding Carvana. I wanted to reach out and share this story with you, possibly get some input if you're open to it. I'm always open to it. Feel free to send us an email. It's in the About section of the YouTube channel. On February 26th of 2022, just a couple months ago, Carvana delivered a 2019 Toyota Corolla with 67,000 miles. It's black, beautiful car. The driver noted that the front end had been damaged during transport. Sure it was. I quickly took the car for a test drive because he promised that any issues would be repaired and taken care of. Let me stop right there first. If you get a car that is being delivered to you from Carvana, Vroom, anybody, and it's damaged, and they tell you, just take delivery, you got 7 days, blah, 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 Black Rock or Silver Rock or whatever the hell they're calling themselves, well, our warranty company will take care of it. No, they won't. They are denying more and more claims every single day, and customers are getting burned and stuck with bullshit cars, and this is why state AGs are starting to come after them. Let's get back to the email. While driving the car over the next couple days, I heard a whistling sound coming from the front of the car. I took it to Firestone for an inspection, and they said the brakes and rotors were bad and needing replacement. The fluids in the car were okay, but needed to be changed. The coolant is leaking or just low. The backup camera is also not working. I made an appointment and took it to get repaired. Carvana has reimbursed me the cost of the repair for the brakes and rotors since. I only put work into it because I wanted to test it before committing. The driver's door doesn't match and is a little off its hinges. We'll get into that here in just a second. I have some images and stuff that were sent in by this customer, and I'm going to put them in here in a few minutes, and we'll go over those. But let's continue the story. So the driver's door doesn't match, so we know that that was replaced. The following Monday after delivery, I called and let a rep know that I wanted to switch the car out because it didn't look as if it had been through an inspection in the first place, because it's never been through an inspection. Carvana claims that they do this 100 and something point inspection, and let's say somebody walks around the outside of the car and then just checks boxes. Nobody looks at shit. They don't. And we're going to do exposing videos on these SOBs here really soon. I literally had one of their technicians that supposedly does these inspections, or somebody that works in their shop, walking around with a hidden camera. And listen, all I can tell you is they don't do the inspections, and I have the video to prove it. So anyway, so they talked to support, whatever, right? It had been through inspection in the first place. There are 3 places that will accept the warranty from Carvana, which is Silver Rock. But the shop I first took the car to, Firestone, said they no longer deal with Silver Rock because they don't pay. That's right. More and more shops, and even shops that I've talked to here in Las Vegas, won't deal with Carvana or Silver Rock because they don't pay their bills. I mean, If I was a company that lost 60% of my value in the last year, I get it. I get it. So she continues, after speaking with the rep, I decided I would think it over. I called Carvana again 2 days later and let them know I wanted to switch it out. I was told I still had the car for one more trial day and to call back. This is where they try to screw you. And they try to just get the clock to run out so that you're stuck with the car. What you do is you say, no, I'm not waiting. I want it switched out now. Come get it now. And then specifically say, I'm going to go ahead and record this call so I documented that I'm within the 7 days and I'm telling you that I want the car switched out. Anyways, she continues, I've been filing complaints and reaching out to lawyers about all of this. None of the lawyers can or willing to help at all. I sent them all the paperwork for this car that I have, as well as photos, and have not heard from them, or they are unwilling to help. I'm now stuck with this car regardless of the complaints I have made. Well, we'll see about that. What I would recommend is there is it's Coke and something. I'll get the attorneys. They're in Chicago. If you look up lemon law attorneys in Chicago, they'll probably come up. They specifically deal with stuff like this and stuff that would be like a warranty claim, things of that nature. And they love going after scumbag companies. They represented me against Volkswagen, both on my Audi S8 and my Volkswagen CC. I ended up getting my Volkswagen CC free and clear and a $10,000 check after that claim. So I would highly recommend. It just depends on getting the right firm, and unfortunately, like something like this, you probably want a big firm. Little firms, well, I mean, you might have an up-and-coming attorney that would want to handle it. It just depends. But big firms that deal specifically with car stuff love this kind of stuff. So she continues, as a result, I've been in touch with Andrew at Carvana, some guy in a made-up special department, of course, right? That's what's funny about this. That's what's funny about the whole thing. Is, oh yeah, they're in customer relations, they're in blah blah blah, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. They're not gonna do Nathan, not a damn thing, right? So after reaching out to repair shops for the bodywork for a couple of weeks, I couldn't find one. Andrew did. Carvana is pushing for repairs before anything else, and apparently they don't have the second conversation I had with a rep stating I wanted to change this car or cancel the loan. Of course they're not going to have it, because then they know that they're stuck with the car. And right now you're holding the bag and they really don't want to give you another car. And that's unfortunate for what it is. I always tell you, if you're a Carvana customer and you're dealing with them, look at the laws in your state. If you're in a state where it's a one-party state, don't tell them and record the phone calls. Okay? Ask for everything, if you're doing stuff on the phone, to be emailed that day. You want a record of what's going on. Or if you're in a state where you have to ask for permission, tell them that you need to record the phone call for your records. Okay? Anyways, so now I am stuck with this damn car and needing to get all these repairs done on my dime. Never again will I buy from Carvana. I will stick with a local dealer instead. Ding, ding, ding. There it is. I've contacted the bank as well to try to get the loan canceled and Carvana to take this back, but they refuse. No, so here's the thing. This is one thing that you can do if you do have a car and it's messed up. You can make the bank not take the loan. And what you do is you call the bank and say, I'm not going to pay on this loan, and I'm going to have a tow company come pick this up. I'm letting you know. But because the car is damaged and not as described, the bank does not want to deal with that, right? They funded the loan. They don't want to fight with you and then fight with a tow company, because a tow company is going to get what they call Title 42 in some states, but they're going to get a mechanic's lien on the damn thing, and then they're going to end up getting the car free and clear. They're not stupid, right? So now you didn't pay them. You know, Carvana got paid, and the bank's left holding the bag. They will cancel that loan. I'm telling you, I've done it before. I bought a car where they... You know, it's supposed to be a CPO car from BMW. I bought it down in Miami. And the car had a catastrophic engine failure. It was a 2009 BMW N5. And they said they had done the rod bearings. They didn't. They lied. I took it out. I was having fun with the car, as what you would do if it had fresh bearings at 72,000 miles. It shouldn't grenade. But that's when you're supposed to do those bearings. They didn't do it. The motor blew up. They didn't want to cover the $10,000 cost. I simply just called the bank and said, hey, I'm calling a tow truck company to come get this. You might not want to fund it. As long as you're within 30 to 45 days, like the loan usually takes about a month to get funded. The faster you call them and tell them not to fund the loan or that you're going to forfeit the car, they won't fund the loan. They won't do it. They won't do it because they don't want to get stuck holding the bag. Plain and simple. So, anyways, let's go ahead and look at some of the photos that Joanne sent in, and then we'll wrap up and discuss. And, look, this is just another prime example of great Carvana workmanship here and selling junk cars to consumers. All right, guys, so here's some of the pictures that Joanne sent in. You can see the door there kind of flexing out. Looking down at the bottom, you can see where all the plastics and stuff were damaged, where it got into some type of front end collision. And it's not just on that side, it's on the other side. So basically that whole front bumper, that bumper cover would have to be replaced. And then you can see the clips broken up at the top that connect to the fender, as well as the flex and the bend in the fender. That's a whole nother thing by itself. And you can see the scuff there along up top above the wheel as well. And then another wonderful safety concern here. I mean, they would be so liable if this customer gets hurt in an accident. It's not even funny. So anyway, now that you've seen these pictures and you heard Joanne's story from the email, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And, Joanne, if you end up seeing this and you want to set up an interview, I'm happy to do that. I've done that with several Carvana customers so that they can actually tell their story and get it documented. Because attorneys like that. They like to see stuff get attention. And I would highly recommend that you also contact your local media. That's like your local news station. One of the first places I would tell anybody that has an issue with Carvana is contact your local news station. Different stations in the area, like 5 on Your Side, whatever the hell they call it in your area. Call them. WFLA has been punishing Carvana. Better call Bankin down there. I'm gonna say that wrong. There's another reporter out of Raleigh at WRAL that's been slapping them around, and I think there's another one in Detroit, Colorado. There's several around, but wherever it is that you are physically at, definitely call them. Oh yeah, I think Houston, Click 2 Houston has been punishing them too. So look, your local, it's a story that gets views. People tune in to watch it. So they'll definitely cover it. Just contact your local media, your local press. And then if you're like, hey, they're saying, well, we don't know about a lot of, like, let's say your local media is ignorant. Go to my channel and just click a couple of these Carvana videos and send it to them with the ones where we've done interviews with the customers, and then tell them that you want to tell your story. They'll eat it up all day. They'll eat it up. Hopefully, Carvana will do the right thing in this situation, but I'm willing to bet now that they got you holding the bag, if the loan's already been funded, I hate to say it, but you're probably fucked. And I'm not happy about it. I hate to see that. I'm very sorry for you that it's happened. But I highly, highly recommend that you retain counsel. And look, even if you have to pay for an attorney out of pocket, know that when you sue them, they will get found wrong because there's enough residual evidence there. And the public, it'll never go to a jury because they already know they're going to get slapped. Because juries also watch the news and they've seen the bad stories about Carvana, so they know they're going to lose in a jury trial. They'll settle. So it sucks. Everybody doesn't have the money to be able to buy an attorney, to be able to pay for an attorney. But there's a couple Instagram attorneys out there. You got Law by Mike on Instagram. Highly recommend you can reach out to him. He might know somebody. There's another media attorney called Bill Handel, handleonthelaw.com. Go check him out. And they might, between some of those different resources, somebody will most likely take your case and allow you to be able to appropriately Will Smith them like they should be done. So that's just me. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Another nightmare story for a customer, and it absolutely sucks. The fact that more people in the automotive space don't cover this and don't bust Carvana's balls. I understand why, because Carvana pays everybody off. I'm not stupid. I've got emails. I'll leave that for another. We'll do another video on that. They bribe people. Don't get it twisted. They definitely bribe people, including some of your local media. Sad, but true. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that thumbs up button. Another sad story for another customer that's been screwed by Carvana. Go figure.